I teach colons and dashes together because they are used interchangeably for the most common usage, which is to introduce a list or an explanation. So you've seen this before when you have a colon before a list, but something you might not be aware of is that a colon can only come after a complete sentence. So you can only put a colon if you could put a period there and stop talking. The most common mistake with colons is that you'll put a colon after the word including. So I like many ice cream flavors including, but a colon can't actually go there because you could not put a period there. Colon can only come after a complete sentence. So these examples, the Great Bear Rainforest contains, that's not a complete sentence, so you can't put a colon. The Great Bear Rainforest contains 3 main tree species. That is a complete sentence. And what comes after the colon gives us information about the sentence before the colon. So in that case, the colon works. Colon before an explanation. I really just think about this as a list of only one thing instead of a totally separate thing from the first definition, the first usage. So for me, it's the same. It still has to be behind a complete sentence. The Amazon parrot does not make an ideal pet for most people because you can't put a period there, so you can't put a colon there. The Amazon parrot does not make an ideal pet for most people for one major reason. Complete sentence. So the colon works. It requires much more attention and affection than many other animals do. So 2 complete sentences in that case. You do not have to have 2 complete sentences. The only one that matters is that you have a complete sentence before the colon. Sometimes you'll have a complete sentence after, but you don't have to. But because sometimes you have a complete sentence after the colon, that means in that case, the colon could be interchangeable with a semicolon or a period. So semicolon, you got to have 2 complete sentences. And here you've got the complete sentence, and then you've got another complete sentence afterwards, but you can swap it out for a colon because it gives more information about what came before it. Now on to dashes. 3 major uses for dashes. Notice that number 2, introduce a list or explanation. It's exactly the same as a colon. So anytime you could use a colon, you could swap it out for a dash instead, which means that you still have to have that complete sentence before dash and then more information about what came before the dash. The most common use of dashes is to set off a non-essential clause. Normally, we do this with 2 commas, but as long as you have 2 of the same, it doesn't matter which one it is, commas or dashes. So in this example, London, which is a very old city, has many new buildings. You could put 2 commas there or 2 dashes. It doesn't matter as long as they're the same. So in this example, the Norman Conquest dash, which occurred in 1066, comma, marked an important step in the development of the English language. Because we have the dash here, we also have to have the dash in the answer because you got to have 2 of the same. And then I'm not going to talk about the colon usage again because it's the same. The final usage for a dash is very rare. It can create a dramatic pause. So you're not going to do this very often because it's intended to be dramatic and rare. After 8 hours of driving, we finally arrived home. And that was when we discovered that we had forgotten to close all of the windows. So just that dramatic pause.